Trenton 365 with Ja-Tun. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
Hello and welcome to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host for this evening, Vont Leak. You're watching, or if you are listening over WIMG AM 1300, New Jersey's oldest radio station and the 3-time Stellar Award-winning station. If you're not listening, you're watching over WPHY Channel 25, covering Mercer County through the Verizon network. You can contact me through my Twitter or Instagram or my YouTube channel, VONTLEAK. That is my name. Or you could, if you want to contact the show, let us know any community events that you have coming up or going on throughout the city of Trenton. You can go to Trenton365.com or email us at Trenton365show@gmail.com. Just a quick little reminder, tomorrow and every last Wednesday, of the month, usual host of the show, Jacques Howard, airs Trenton 365 live on the Trenton 365 YouTube channel, and that'll take place tomorrow from starting at 6:30 to roughly about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'm excited. In the studio with me, I'm excited because my guests tonight, not only do they both have their careers take up my passions, but they're not only here to talk about their careers and their passions, but how what they do expresses leadership throughout the community and what they do. And I'm amazed by both of them because they're just I don't know, I'm at a loss of words. And okay, I have filmmaker, actor, director, producer, he does it all, and co-owner of 713 Film Production Studios, Joseph Halsey, in the studio. Thank you for being here, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me, because most of the people that run into you as a young man find you to be just as fascinating.
I appreciate that, because you and I have a little over a year, and we've grown a father-son bond of relationship because of not even just because of film and everything that we do, but just because you're helping me as far as like guiding my path to college and stuff. And I want to talk about all the amazing things and all the amazing opportunities that you've brought upon me tonight. So like I said, you are a filmmaker, actor, producer, but I want you to dive into, not before we get into even that, what you just your background and how you came up to do what it is that you do. Okay,
so born and raised in Trenton, and kind of, took a path of, found my way into some situations that could be troublesome when you're younger. But then the arts came along, and I started playing music, and then after music, my high school drama teacher actually said, you know what? She was talking to my dad, and her name is Linda Rapp, and I thank her every day or anytime I can for getting me involved in being able to express myself through acting and through stage, and then it turned into film. So then I went to Florida School of the Arts, majored in acting, and then went to New York, went to the acting studio, came back home, joined up with my childhood friends, started a band, and the rest is kind of just, on my resume on IMDb,
Go check that out.
Yeah, so, I've been lucky. I've been very fortunate to work in the productions that I've worked in up to this point, and, I couldn't have been blessed with a better career. I
can try to agree with that, but I'm nowhere near as successful or just have accomplished as many things as you've accomplished. But you are, so Joe, I don't want to just say you've done this, that, and the third, because I want to get into it. But so you are a filmmaker. How did 713 Films, for those who do not know, is a production company that Joe owns in partnership with Lee Kalinsky. Shout out to Lee, and all that, and the whole 713 crew. How did that come into fruition? How did that come to fruition, and then what led up to it?
Well, as I had a nice run on television. I had a nice run in theater in New York, and wanted to bite into the independent film market. So my easiest path to any market has always been the acting.
Right.
So I started acting in some independent films, and one independent film in particular led me to Lee Kalinsky. And that was actually Junkie Heaven. So after Junkie Heaven came out, Lee and I just started to collaborate, and the partnership formed from there. Like any relationship, as you start to collaborate more and you gel more, and you just say, hey, let's go and do this. And we wrote a script. Lee and another lady, Diane, and myself worked on a script called Black Like Me that's still going to be produced at some time. But we actually, in pre-production for Black Like Me, the documentary was born, Generation Change, which is basically hearing from the voices of those that are young and living through the urban experience, specifically Trenton. Since I was born and raised there, I figured that's the city that we should highlight. And from there, I never in a million years would have ever put myself in the category of documentary filmmaker, and so far it's probably been one of my more rewarding projects. So,
Generation Change. I want to, because you have something coming up with it, but I want to, for those who don't know, regular host of this program, Jacques Howard, actually, and I and Joe, because we did the screening last year. What was it, April, right?
Yeah.
April at Rider University here, and we did a screening for it. It was amazing. Did a whole red carpet event, and Jacques was there actually. Jacques covered some of the event, which you can go back in the old archives if you want to go listen to it.
Right.
But Generation Change is, I'll talk specifically about it, and then who all was involved, and then like what came out of it.
Well, ironically enough, it takes a bigger army to do a documentary than it does to do a narrative or a scripted piece per minute, I should say. And how it came to be is, I was, as we were looking for people to be part of Black Like Me, I went and spoke with a childhood friend named Mr. Rob Fiorello, and he runs a program in the city with juveniles. And he said, it's funny because, he was telling me some of the things he does with his kids, and one of the things he asked them is if I were mayor. And as I started to listen to some of these answers and be told some of these answers, it was really amazing to me how thoughtful your generation is and how aware you are of actually everything that's going on around you, even more so than when I was younger. Now, I may credit cable television, the internet. You have a lot more resources to gain this knowledge. And from there, I said, you know what, this is something that needs to be put on film. At that same time, what was happening in Ferguson was in my head as well.
Right.
And being born in Trenton, I know a lot of people on the police force. I grew up with them. Then working with young people like yourself, in the city, I know a lot of young people. And as I'm watching the mass media cover Ferguson, I'm saying to myself, this is a small percentage of what the city I know looks like. It's not everyone is bad. We're taking the few bad things that happen in the city and we're magnifying it. So what happens if we decide to do a documentary of bringing people together to close the gaps that the nation has right now?
Right.
And that's what we're working on right now. The next segment is called Black and Blue Together. And it's actually, we're going to be sitting down young juveniles, minor offenders, and police officers. And, it's about listening to each other's side. Let's hear what the police officers have to say. Let's learn about them and what they go through. Let's learn about the young people like yourself and what you guys go through in the community, and let's find some common ground.
Right.
And that's what this really is about. And more importantly, how we came up with Generation Change is I truly feel with the knowledge that you have and your generation has, I'm watching things like racism start to dismantle. Now, I'm not speaking for my generation because I still think it's there. and people that are older than me. But your generation is really starting to wipe out those things. You're more accepting of sexual choices. You're more accepting of race. And that, to me, is what this documentary is following. It's going to follow your generation a little bit and see how much you guys can take over and change. I see more personal hate. I don't see as much general hate in your generation.
Do you feel like the target? Do you feel like Generation Change, Black and Blue Together, and other projects that we eventually come up with will affect the generation? Is that like, what's the goal to prove that black, like cops, juveniles, like civilians, whoever? Do you feel like that's gonna bring them all together, or do you want a certain target audience to watch and take what do you want them to take away from it? The
takeaway is this. One of the young men that is actually going to be in the documentary said to me, you know what, I don't think we're going to change the cops here, but maybe I say something that goes viral and it changes the cops somewhere else, or it changes somebody else's mind in another city or another state. The idea is that it becomes something good comes out of it, but the idea is that it becomes contagious,
right?
Because you can't legislate the issues that we have. It can't be done by a government coming in and saying, "Hey, you all have to get along." It's not going to happen
because it'll be like forceful, and then
you have to have conversations, and no one is sitting down and talking. The only thing we're doing is we're bringing them together with the camera crew, and hopefully film something that happens that maybe each side kind of just sees each other's side and, like I said, finds a common ground in every resource. But more than that, again, I don't want to say it's anti-media. It's opposite of what the media is showing you. We want to, don't always show us the young kid who went and shot something up. Don't always show us the cop who shoots a young brown person. Let's start seeing the rest of the neighborhood and what people are doing, and seeing the good people. And as far as, I want to digress a little bit, who was part of Generation Change and 713 Films, there are so many people who make that film happen. Everybody worked for hardly nothing and just some food. From First AD Mara, our social media person Margaret, shout out to Rider University. They helped us put the event on. We have camera guys like Mike Marsdale, Jimmy G, Anthony, Stephen Tillman.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve. One of your buddies. Steve. So you don't know this, but on a production side, Stephen Tillman is the Swiss Army knife.
I know.
So Stephen,
as much as I hate to admit it.
Stephen is that guy. I just go, Stephen, if it's anything to do with anything, I just ask Stephen, and then he goes and addresses it. There was a guy named Jason who pretty much almost did sound from nothing. Rob and PEI, they stepped up to the plate. Miss Kim.
Shout out Miss Kim.
That's right, Miss Kim.
Love you, Miss Kim.
These are all people that just really care. And it's funny because you got to see so many people actually care once we started to do this.
Yes.
And it was people from Trenton. It was people from outside of Trenton that I brought in to be part of the film crew. So it was an amazing time, and I can't wait to see what happens next. We real quick before we take a break, I want to let everybody know that we are looking for young people.
Yes.
Between the ages of 14 and 18. Reach out to us through our social medias on 713 Films, either on Facebook. It's spelled 7 with the number 13 and then Films.
Looking for young juveniles, right?
Yeah, someone who might have had interaction, not even a bad interaction, but an interaction with law enforcement.
Right.
You cannot be in this one because you will be part of the crew.
Yes, I will.
We will be working on this one. That's just reach out to us if you know of anybody who's interested in being part of this.
All right. I'm sitting here with filmmaker Joseph Halsey. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of the Trenton 365 show right after this.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Heart disease is the nation's #1 killer, and stroke is number 5. But the good news is 80% of cardiovascular diseases may be preventable. February is American Heart Month, and the American Heart Association wants you to know your numbers, learn your family health history, and discuss risk factors with your healthcare provider. You can take action to end heart disease and stroke. Visit GoRedForWomen.org or call 609-208-0020. Go Red for Women is nationally sponsored by CVS Health. WIMG 1300 AM is a proud media sponsor of Go Red for Women.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 Show. Don't forget, you can send us an email at trenton365show@gmail.com or visit our website, trenton365.com. We are always looking for you guys to add to the community calendar. Let us know what events you have going on in the city of Trenton, because there's so much going on that before I even joined as an intern on the show that I didn't even know existed or went on in Trenton. And to be able to come and see some of these events, see the amazing things that people are doing in this city, it's amazing that people... There are leaders all around, places that you didn't even know. And like Joseph Halsey, who I'm sitting here with right now, said there needs to be a fine lining between not just cops, civilians, juveniles, like blah, 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 but there needs to be a fine line between everybody. Everybody in the community needs to find common ground. There was a point in time where Trenton wasn't, and this is before my time. Well, this is all I guess of time of Trenton being a city, where everybody, I guess, was at some point on one accord. Whether it wasn't exactly, they found a way to come together and join as one. And if I'm not saying there isn't people, because that's what I'm saying. There's so many people that you don't know exist that still do amazing things for this Trenton, or for the city of Trenton. And we're looking for, if you personally have any events that you want to, it can be as simple as you writing, you have an idea for writing a book, just come find us, let us know. We want to know about you. We want to know about what you're working on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a passion for, I don't know.
Like it. I like it.
Anyway, we're sitting here with Joseph Halsey, who is a filmmaker, director, actor, who's actually stepping back into acting after a long period of time. He's been behind the cameras for many years, like we said, working on Generation Change, Black and Blue Together, and now he's getting back into The Probe, the TV series, which is coming soon. I want you to talk about a little bit of that because I'm excited, because I've been seeing clips and pictures and stuff on the 713 Instagram. So
yeah, so right now the Probe is a pilot. I don't know where it's going to land, but I know it's going to have a landing field somewhere. So how does this business work? The director, Derek, I worked with on a film a long time ago.
Right.
And, sometimes you just meet people on a set, and you just know it. One day you're going to work with them again because you clicked, you got each other. You know? It just happens that way. Now, this took a long time to get there, but it was so worth it. So The Probe, written by Tez and directed by Derek, they are blowing up with so many personalities on this set, and it's a really good story, man. It's it's based in Philly, which is another reason why I like it.
Shout out Philly, yeah, we love Philly.
Right. So,
are you allowed to talk about what it's about?
Yeah, I'm allowed to. I mean, listen. All I can tell you is it's kind of along the lines of The Wire. It really follows the city in that way. But there's a lot of colorful characters. Each character was written beautifully, man. And, as I read through the script, it was just like, wow. And everybody has their shining moment within their little scene. And,
right.
I get to play a cop again, but I'm a detective, so I don't have to wear the uniform, so that's good.
No, you know, man, I want to see you in that uniform.
Yeah,
man.
no, I was happy, man. I didn't have to cut my hair or anything either. So, no, it's a great show. I mean, without giving it away, it really is along the lines of The Wire. Actually, there's a few people that were on The Wire that are in this, and you know, it's just a modern day version of The Wire coming out of Philadelphia, which gives you different stories. It's a character based script with the environment being the current, you know, vibes that are going on in the city of Philly, and I dig it. I'm real excited about it, and I hope wherever it lands, we get a nice little run out of it. So it was nice to be in front of the camera. It's nice to actually just sit back and kind of just do that acting thing. You know, because then you don't worry about anything else.
Yeah,
you know?
you don't have to worry about it.
I'm sitting there waiting for them to set up the lights, so I'm
You're
good
like,
with that.
where's my AD? Where's my AD? Where's X, Y? Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of fun sitting back and watching that happen, and just doing my thing, and got to work with just some really great people. It was when you work on a set where everybody's just happy to be there and
Happy, vivacious, yeah.
You know, you can't beat that. It doesn't matter where it's at, how much is in the budget, whatever. As long as you got a little bit of food and some good people.
That's all you need.
And the cameras, man, you can make magic.
Yes.
Which you know, as you've learned.
Yes, I have.
In
yes,
the
I
film
have.
industry, we are in that editing process now, which takes longer than anything else you do.
Oh my goodness,
So
longer for some than it should. Shout out to me.
but it's going to take a hot minute before they edit it up. So shout out to The Probe. The TV series. Looking forward to what comes out next on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Backtracking a bit. So you saying that. I want to go into our program, but I want to talk before you started a foundation. Was it the beginning of this year or the end of when did that?
It kind of came into fruition this year. 2019 is our inaugural year of the James R. Halsey Foundation of the Arts,
which is
the film program that you're part of. We want to expand it. I wasn't going to be able to expand it alone. So the only way to do that was to create our 501c. And that's what we did. We want to expand the program. And honestly, because of students like you, who I see can even benefit from what we do 5-10 years from now.
Right.
You know, what we're offering now is great, but what I want to offer in the future for young people like yourself, a place to go where if you're arts driven or you're YouTube driven, I mean, let's be honest, you know, and I know everybody that comes in, that walks in our place wants to try to start their YouTube page.
Yeah.
So eventually we're going to have a YouTube studio. We're going to have a podcast studio. Have an engineering room for people who want to learn music. And it's going to be a place where you come and you learn how to use each room. You have to take a 6-week course on how to use the equipment. Then you're going to get a key card. Then you're going to go online, block yourself off, and whatever room you've passed the course in, you're going to be able to swipe your card, get in, do your YouTube stuff, do a podcast, write music, whatever it may be. That's the long-term goal. But as of right now, we're in the basement of the Sam Naples Center, still having a good time.
Yes.
And still putting out some great stuff.
I want to backtrack on how the program came to be, but how I joined, how you and I became, from the relationship that we have. So, Joe and I met because I've been here. I went to mass communication. I'm into radio production. I'm into TV and film production, and I've done YouTube videos. Go subscribe, youtube.com/VONTLAK. Me and a friend of mine, two friends of mine, Kathy, shout out Kathy and Danny, we took a video production class, and we do YouTube videos. We love doing it, and we saw a flyer outside our video production class for your program, Let's Film Trenton, and we were like, I guess let's just go. We didn't know what it was going to be. We didn't know what was going to come out of it. So we went. It was a little over a year and a month ago today, and we met you along with a bunch of other. We didn't go to the first class. We went to the second class. A bunch of other students that wanted to do what we do, and from there we've gone and we learned about the basics of filmmaking, behind and in front of the camera. We learned about we created a film. and we've just done so much. And before we even go into like our film and what's yet to come with that, I want to say thank you, because you've played a big role into my future and this passion, this endeavor. I don't know half this. I wouldn't know half the stuff that I do without you. I wouldn't have the opportunities to be able to. Haven't created Elevator. We wouldn't have shot Therapy Session, which comes out this week on my YouTube channel. And it's so much amazingness, the opportunities that you've blessed me with. So I want to say thank you.
No, thank you, because you're obviously one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this, and you're the reason why I want to continue to do this, is because of the passion that you have and the student that you are, and the way that, no matter what we throw at you, you take it in and you take it. Listen, I'm only here to create a foundation for you. There are other programs doing a lot of different things. There's people teaching you how to use cameras and stuff like that, but I wanted to offer a film course that before you get to college, this is college 101.
Right.
This is taking an independent film from conception to final edit, and then getting it out there, however we're going to wind up doing it. And I wanted to offer something that wasn't offered. And it's, listen, you're a great young man, and all I want to do is just keep taking and grabbing more students exactly like yourself to keep doing this, because this is important. Which
is exactly what we did. Last year, our group at the time, this is my second year in the program, we created a short film which is coming this year, at some point this year. We're not sure what platforms yet. We're not sure where it's going, but I'm excited for that. And before we head out and we close on this segment, I want you, so you have the official details. Plug the class and where aspiring filmmakers and eventually podcasters, editors, directors, writers, actors, whatever want to come, plug that. And then plug one more time, I guess, if you want to do your personal socials and the 713 Films.
Yeah, my personal socials, just Google my name, you'll find me.
Joseph A. Halsey.
So the thing is some big shout outs for the foundation. It's the James R. Halsey Foundation of the Arts. I named it after my father. There's some incredible people. So what the foundation is going to do is it's going to help us keep these programs going. Big shout out to our VP, Chris Muse, our treasurer, Kim Cody, Stephen Tillman, our social group, and Rider University, their Comp 101, Kathy Magrino, Professor Magrino is really helping us develop this socially. Margaret Fontana, her girl Megan, everybody that's pushing it out there for us, and more importantly, young people like you.
So for people that want to go to our film class, Let's Film Trenton, it is available when and where?
Sam Naples, every Wednesday night, 5 o'clock, pizza served. Let's eat and then let's get working.
From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Like I said, if you have any aspirations with anything in the filmmaking world, make sure you come. Make sure, I promise you will not regret it. And don't forget, for our upcoming project, Black and Blue Together, we're looking for 14 to 18-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Between 14 and 18-year-old young juveniles, or if you have any encounters with the law, cops, anything, we want you reach out to 713 Films. Joseph A. Halsey, everybody, thank you so much for being here, sir.
Boy,
I appreciate you. Love you too, sir. We are done with the first portion of the Trenton 365 show. We'll be back after another short break.
Peace.
Another amazing event to your Stellar Award weekend by celebrating with Root Magazine. Gospel's #1 magazine is celebrating their 10th anniversary in grand style on Thursday, March 28, 2019 at The Space, located 3460 Cavaretta Court in Las Vegas. With a live band and performances from two-time Grammy winner Hezekiah Walker and LFC, Stellar Award winner Tasha Page Lockhart, Keandra Lockett, Jordan Armstrong, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, Gospel's newest band, Sincere, My Black All-Stars featuring Grammy winners Erica Campbell and Warren Campbell, Jason Champion, Lena Bird Miles, Jason McGee and the Choir, Innovator Award recipient and 9-time Stellar nominee Jonathan McReynolds, and more to be announced. General admission is $25 and VIP admission is $40 and includes a Route 10 swag bag, VIP reception, valet parking, commemorative 10th anniversary editions of Root magazine, and preferred seating, so get your tickets today. To purchase tickets, go to bit.ly.com/Route10. That's bity.ly.com/Route10. Via Eventbrite by searching for Root Magazine Las Vegas or visit rootmagazineonline.com. Route 10 is sponsored by RCA Inspiration, Ty Scott Records, My Block Incorporated, Lookup Radio, and D3 Entertainment Group. St. Jude is a charity partner of Route 10.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. I am sitting here now with a performing artist who I am so excited because not only has it been a minute since me and you have talked, but I'm just in love with what you do. I'm in love with you and everything that you do, because not only is it what I did at some point in time, I want to continue to do it and endeavor into it in the future. I just want to go into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Trenton 365 show, Ja-Tun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. For those who do not know, Ja-Tun she's a performing artist. She has a band called Random Acts of Soul, which they are, if you have not heard them, they are beyond phenomenal. I can't even put that into words. But before we even go into Random Acts of Soul and what you guys have going on, can you just tell everybody who doesn't know who you are yet a little bit about yourself, your background, coming up in Trenton, because you're a Trenton native, and just how Random Acts came into fruition?
Well, my mom started playing classical music to her womb, so I don't know how far back you want to go. But yeah, when I was younger, music was always encouraged for me, from Suzuki violin to clarinet, bass clarinet, piano lessons when I was a kid, Westminster Children's Choir College. So all of that, I was really fortunate that all of that was able to start at a very young age. When I got a little bit older and I went into college, my mom looked at me, she said, "So are you going to major in music?" And I said, "No, I'm going to do something more practical." And I ended up majoring in African American Studies and minoring in psychology from Smith College. And then within, I'd say 2 years from that point, I came back full circle and said, no, there's really nothing else that I'd rather be doing than music, working with people, encouraging other people, and just, really just being in the midst of what was going on. Believe it or not, at one point, I actually thought I was going to become an entertainment lawyer, and took the LSAT and everything, and was all set, and then had my little revelation where I said, you know what, I don't really want to be doing entertainment law. I just want to be in entertainment.
You don't think it'd be better?
Entertainment law? Mm-hmm. To bury my face in books and paperwork and everything all day while everybody else gets to be on stage. For everybody who is a lawyer, I absolutely have so much respect for that profession. But to be completely honest with you, during the time that I was exploring law schools and getting ready for the LSAT, a lot of the lawyers that I knew looked at me and said, don't do it. The law students that I knew, they said, oh yeah, absolutely, go for it, do it, it'll be great, we can go to school together. The lawyers that I knew, they said, don't do it.
Well, shout out to them, because you're doing what you're doing now.
Absolutely.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely. I appreciate their honesty, most definitely. It's certainly helped steer my path in a direction that I find rewarding, and I absolutely love what I do every single day. Which is,
you do shows on your own sometimes too, right? With I think it's with Will, you do like just little.
So, we are very versatile as a group.
Yes.
And I guess I'm pretty versatile too. Sometimes I show up by myself. I certainly love, being present, performing, interacting with the crowd. Sometimes we do like small acoustic sets, so I'll show up with one, I'll pick my guitarist or I'll pull my keyboardist. But what I really love doing the most is appearing with the full band, everybody having the opportunity to vibe off of one another, and really just, you know, for us it's like being on the playground, or, you know, being in the sandbox all over again, and kind of, you know, sit there and throw stuff back and forth like, hey, look what I could do.
Yeah.
And so we just really have a lot of fun and playfulness in our interactions and our stage play. It's never the same show twice, which I absolutely love.
That I can vouch for, yes.
Yeah.
It's
It's always fun. It's always spontaneous. And I absolutely love everybody that's in my band. They're 100% my family.
Shout out to Dion, Will, Chuck, and Eddie, because you guys, I've been able to sit in with you guys on multiple occasions, and it's been nothing but an honor and a privilege. Because, so backtrack, you and I met a little over 2 years ago at TCNJ. Because what role is your mom at what is she?
So my mom has been a professor at the College of New Jersey for the last 28 years.
Okay.
She started off in the English department doing journalism and professional writing. And obviously that particular field has changed quite a bit over the last 3 decades.
For better or for worse.
Better and worse.
For the better or for worse,
yeah,
you know.
All of it. But she ended up being one of the 3 founding professors of the interactive multimedia major at the college now. So she is in the IMM department. And yeah, she's there. She's still teaching. I actually talked to her on my way over here.
Shout out, Miss Professor Kim Pearson.
Hi, Mom.
No, but yeah, so I didn't want to butcher what she was, because she's an amazing woman also.
That's my hero.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
But my school's orchestra, Trenton Central High School Orchestra, was performing for a program headlined by Sarah Dash, Showtime, and all these other amazing artists that was put together by your mom and the Trenton Makes, I think, Association. Trenton Makes Music.
Trenton Makes Music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my school performed there, and you knew my stepmom and my dad, or my stepmom who was there.
Okay, wait, we're going to slow this whole story down right now, because you're telling it backwards. I was watching you guys. I went and I hung out with everybody backstage and stuff like that, because the Trenton music community is like so small. And so I was hanging out with folks, and then I came out, watched the show, and I'm surrounded by, you know, the Trenton music legends, and we're watching your orchestra, and I keep sitting there going, hey, but the drummer though. Okay, yeah. The orchestra is cool. They're dope. I like them. But the drummer, you hear that though? Like, what 15-year-olds do you know that keep time like that? The drummer though.
She's gassing.
I'm not. Anybody who knows me knows I do not care about inflating anybody's ego. I speak the truth. And if you got up there and stunk it up, we never would have met, because I'd be like, okay, that was a nice whole thing, but your talent spoke for itself. And I was like, yep, the drummer. And so I said, okay, well, you know, we've got a show coming up. I want to invite him to come and participate in what we got going on, because I think you need to be seen. You've got a very strong talent, especially to be so young. And then I found out that I knew you first.
Okay. Yeah. You guys see why I love her. She's so modest. I appreciate that. I don't find any fraction of that true, because she's doing amazing. Ja-Tun's doing amazing things beyond what I'm doing, but she wants to. No, but so from there, I came to one of your shows, you and your band shows, which was honestly, it was the first time for me ever doing something like going to see like a live show like that. And I think Jacques, the regular host of the show, he even says like his favorite type of music, I don't think he has like a favorite genre, it's just live music. I don't know why, it's just a different thing hearing like an MP3 or like whatever, as opposed to live music. So coming to your show for the first time and hearing like live music like that, and then you when you say you guys are versatile, you guys go from R&B to jazz. You play covers to classics to your own like you throw your own stuff in there, and it's so amazing. And if you have not been to a Random Acts of Soul show yet, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. You guys are so amazing, and I love you all. You have a new single that came out not too long ago called "Get Hard." Talk about how that came to how that.
So yeah, Go Hard. First off, again, with my musicians, I am completely spoiled because one day, as quite a few of my songs have appeared, one day I'm walking around my house and I'm handling my business, getting ready for the day, and out of nowhere, I hear, "Gotta go hard, gotta go hard, gotta go hard, gotta go hard," and I was like, okay, this could be a thing. I don't know what it is. I just got to sit down and, find a place to get it out, write it down, whatever. And so, I recorded the piece that I had, and I messed around with the keyboard a little bit, figured out it was in B flat, and one day shortly thereafter, we were rehearsing, and we were getting ready to wrap everything up, and I was like, okay, so guys, I just need you to jam in B flat for me. And so I started singing it in Will's ear, and he was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
I see you.
Yeah, so he's vibing with me. We're kind of going back and forth with it. I'm about to go hard with everything that God gave me. And he's like, oh, word? Okay, all right. So he's playing the keys. A couple of the guys were on the side having a conversation, and then they catch what's happening. And next thing you know, you have Dion sits back down on the drum set, and he's like, "Oh, okay, what you doing?" Boom, got it.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we've got this jam. So it went through a couple different rewrites, getting the vibe of the lyrics exactly to where I wanted them to be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was definitely a collaborative effort. So. Yeah, big shout out to the guys for that.
And where is Go Hard available for people to go listen to now?
On the everything.
All streaming platforms.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's definitely on iTunes. It's on Amazon, Google Play. Goodness gracious, everything. The easiest way to get to all the places where you can stream it or where you can go and see the video or where you can download it is on our website, which is Ja-Tun.com. So that's JA-TUN.com.
I'm sitting here with Ja-Tun, everybody, and we're going to actually listen to a clip of Go Hard right now. The song is just, you have to go watch the video, which is on YouTube, but we're going to play a little clip of the song, and we're going to go on a break. We'll be right back with more of the Trenton 365 show right after this.
Heart disease is the #1 killer of all Americans, claiming more lives each year than all forms of cancer combined. By making a commitment to stand with the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement, you can take action to end heart disease and stroke. February is American Heart Month, and the American Heart Association wants you to make a commitment to your heart. Make an appointment with your healthcare provider to be aware of your numbers, such as total cholesterol, body mass index, and blood pressure. Move more every day by adding physical activity to your routine. Eat smart by making healthier choices and adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Simple steps can help you live a longer, stronger life. Join the movement by visiting goredforwomen.org or call 609-208-0020. That's goredforwomen.org or 609-208-0020. Go Red for Women is nationally sponsored by CVS Health. WIMG 1300 AM is a proud media sponsor of Go Red for Women.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. So, go hard. You guys just heard a little clip of it. If you want to hear the full thing, go buy it on iTunes, Amazon, Apple, or Google Music. Go watch the video on YouTube. That's what I highly suggest, because obviously YouTube is more accessible for everybody. But the video is amazing, and shout out to not even you guys, whoever put the video together.
Yeah, C Squared Media. So Chris Carden, it was actually the first video that he ever shot. His first music.
This is the first music video.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Chris, because I've been doing this. I've been in this game for 4+ years, and I don't even think I can be able. Because MTV is not like the channel you go just watch like genuine music videos to like and like they don't show music videos like that anymore, but they don't even make music videos like that are meaningful to go with songs anymore. And if you just listen to the song and you're in awe, then you go watch the video and it's amazing. And I want to ask you, what are you trying to convey not only through the song but with the video? What was like the vision for it? And like,
so as far as the video itself, I really wanted the opportunity to kind of have a visual depiction of what our live shows are like, what the energy is like when you come and see us, and what a Random Acts of Soul experience is for those who haven't seen us in person at a show before. Chris Carden is absolutely phenomenal. We actually shot that whole thing at the Boom Room in 3 hours. Yeah.
Chris, we're gonna have to link up, cause
I will definitely give you his info when this is all. He's probably going to be mad at me because I don't remember his website off the top of my head, but definitely C Squared Media. He's on Instagram, he's on Facebook, and he's super dope as a human being. Believe it or not, when we shot the video on a Friday morning down at the Boom Room in South Philly, and we played a show in the Poconos the very next night, and he had that video done and sent back to me by the time before we even got on stage.
That's amazing.
That very next night. It was absolutely incredible. So, I mean, it took me a little bit later to actually go and release it, and, artist releases are a different story than how fast people get stuff back to you. But I've never seen a turnaround time that was that incredible. It was like 28 hours or something.
That's ridiculous.
And he had the whole video just shot, done, everything. And he worked by himself. He shot. He had his stationary camera and then himself holding his camera, and he did that whole thing, got all those different angles and everything in 3 hours, and outside on the street, got some really cool, some of the South Philly graffiti. Yeah. So, I mean, the visuals and everything that are in there are just really strong, colorful, playful, and almost as random and dynamic as the guys in the group are. So,
and like you said, like the whole purpose of, because the song is just about going hard at whatever it is you want to do, which is what you guys do 24/7. I'm a living witness of that. And if you have and you want to convey, if anybody has never seen a Random Acts of Soul show, I owe 1,001% highly suggest it. If you can't, go watch the video so you can have an idea. But if you can, go see. Not only have I seen these shows, I've sat in on them and played with you guys, which I honestly couldn't be more grateful for that opportunity. So I want to say thank you to you and to Dion, because I sat in for Dion.
Oh, you're very welcome. Actually, that reminds me, I want you to come and do it again.
Okay, so that's a great segue too.
Yeah, you need these right here. Here's 2 tickets to
you
come
don't have
see
to
us.
do that. Stop. You don't have to do that.
Warm Daddies, and hop on stage. Come play with us next Thursday.
Next Thursday at Warm Daddies from. We're gonna do this again. Doors open at 7. Yeah. Doors open at 7. The show is at 8 p.m. And Warm Daddies, if you've never been, it's in Philly, and it's a great place to get food, listen to some great music. Oh my goodness.
Not just food, soul food.
Yes.
Soul food.
Random acts of soul and soul food. That's it. That's all you need to know. Just come.
just fill your whole entire spirit simultaneously.
Can you purchase tickets online, or you have to?
Absolutely. So there's an Eventbrite link that's available. That is also available. It comes right up on Ja-Tun.com.
Mm-hmm.
So again, JA-TUN.com. So the link to purchase tickets online is on there. Facebook, I have my own personal page, which is Ja-Tun Sings, but then there's also a band page for Random Acts of Soul. You can contact us through there and get tickets as well. We also have the Instagram, the Random Acts of Soul Instagram, and then I also have Ja-Tun Sings. I try to keep it somewhat consistent, you know. So generally, if you start typing in JA-TUN or JATUNSINGS, then you'll find me somewhere.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
So you're in, right? That's
yes.
Cool.
Yes. I will definitely be there. I want to ask you, because you've come and listened to my band.
Yeah.
You listen to my orchestra. You've listened to my band. Shout out Cornbread.
Yeah.
And you've given us tips and pointers for so many different events. Do you have any advice to aspiring musicians, or musicians that are at the same level that you are right now, that want to go higher and that want to go hard at whatever they want to do?
Yeah, definitely. So in my personal journey, when I decided that this was the direction that I wanted to go, and I was like, okay, I'm going to pursue music. This is what it is. I don't necessarily know that my motivations were completely as aligned as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely during a time period where, you had people who, were famous for the sake of being famous, and it seemed like the cool thing to do. Everybody was starting record labels, and everybody was doing some sort of music performance, this, that, and the other thing. And the further that I've gotten along in this journey, the more that I've realized that at the end of the day, this whole process is really more internal than anything.
Right.
It's important to get aligned with yourself, and then through that, allow your instrument to be your vehicle, whether it be the drums, whether it be guitar, whether it be the voice, whether it be playing keys, or all of the above. Mm-hmm. Be it spoken word, or be it, science, math, chemistry, whatever it is. It's really important to align what you're doing with the essence of who you are. And so for me, that's part of the meaning of go hard, mm-hmm. going hard with everything that God gave me. I understand that music and being in an environment with people who loved, supported, and encouraged me in whatever it was that I wanted to pursue was one of the greatest gifts that God could have ever given me. And so it's really important that, from that point, that I just allow myself to delve into that and kind of grow deeper, growing deeper roots, extending myself, through the personal mastery of my craft, and then everything else extends from that point. What is within is what radiates outward.
Do you know at what point it is that you got so invested, okay, this is my craft, I'm gonna work consistently? Because I feel like that's a constant, not just with musicians. I know people, I think in the past few days, people ask me hey, what is it that got you like what did like that spark like, oh, you want to entertain, you want to do videos, you want to do music, yada yada. So what is it that like sparked that for you?
Shucks.
Yeah, it's like
well, I think for me, the deeper that I got, the more it kind of became a part of who I was. You know, not like, you know, I've got to, you know, go try to do XYZ or, you know, kind of test out whatever, but really, you know, this is a part of who I am. This is a part of what I do. You know, if you ever like have those moments where like, you know, something comes on and you're just, you know, brrr, and then without realizing it, like, oh, my hands are moving. I'm mimicking playing the drums right now. Or, you know, you're just kind of walking around the house. In my case, walking around the house, and I hear, for example, when I was a kid, I'd hear like car horns or normal noises that, you know, would just be in the environment and start harmonizing with them. Or every song that came on the radio, I wasn't singing. I learned what the lead notes and all the words were, and then I would harmonize on top of that. And so, you know, not so much saying, okay, well, where am I going to find, you know, find the motivation or find the focus, but really tapping into the ways that it was already naturally coming out of me and harnessing that.
That's amazing because, like I said, there's some people that, like, I think that's part of, like, what stops people from going to pursue that as well. Like well, going back to specifically music, like, because I picked music up because my family's full of, my dad's side of the family is full of dancers, and even though I can two-step or do this, like, I can, I think I picked up, the physical, like, let's play it aspect. So, to be able to take that, and I don't know where it sparked. I guess like I was at home going, like tapping on drums or whatever, like tapping on the couch, and to be able to take that and then capitalize it into learning how to play just a snare, then playing the whole set. That's like an amazing feeling to be able to, like, okay, I can do this, and then, like, not even being taught, but doing it on your own. I think that's the most rewarding part about it.
Absolutely.
Being able to, like, say, oh, I did this all on my own, and then both of us, you have shows at Warm Daddy's doing all this amazing stuff, but being able to come up and do a band and be like, oh, we're a collective of individuals that have this same passion and want to grow. I think there's no more rewarding feeling than that.
That is absolutely true. The other thing that's really nice about it is, like I said, getting in tune with the self and getting in tune with the instrument as an expression of the self. It makes it a whole lot easier to identify like-minded individuals. Right. You know, you can catch really quickly when somebody is on the same wavelength and, like, oh, boom, you got it. You know what I mean? And that's part of the reason why, like, the first time that I saw you performing with the orchestra, you know, there were a lot of people that were out there and that were performing and doing their thing, but I saw, you know, at an early age that you had tapped into something and you were in the pursuit of mastering your craft. And so, you know, I certainly tip my hat off to you. I have a lot of respect for that. But yeah, it's super important. You know, it's something that we share as a band as well. It's a bunch of individuals who are like, you know, we enjoy playing, we enjoy finding the joy and the discovery within music, taking a song and turning it inside out to express its essence in a brand new way. And yeah, and however that expresses itself is completely fine, absolutely acceptable. You know, that's how we got our name, Random Acts of Soul. You never know what it's going to be, how it's going to come out, but it will certainly be from the soul, and it'll probably be pretty random. It'll most likely be a surprise to us, too. That's what we do. Yeah.
I'm sitting here with Ja-Tun, everybody. Make sure you go to ja-tun.com to purchase tickets for not just her upcoming Warm Daddy show next week, March 7th. That's the week. That's next week. Thursday. Yeah, next week. Yeah, next Thursday. But for any upcoming events, if you want to know more about the band, if you want to hear any music about them, they're truly amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I will be there. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Trenton 365 show. My thanks to Ja-Tun Thomas and Joseph Halsey. That is the Trenton 365 show. My name is Vont Leak. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all next week. Good night, everybody.